Shalom. Praise to Yahweh Shem Yahushai, coming at y'all with another video through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai to edify those who watch this video, to make wise the simple. This is the book of 2 Timothy chapter 3 verse 16, and it reads, all scripture is given by the inspiration of Yahweh and is profitable for doctrine, for reproof, for correction, for instruction in righteousness. So pretty much the Bible, all scripture is given for reproof, you know what I'm saying, for doctrine, to correct you, you know what I'm saying, when you went off. Because we all go off, man. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody's, there's nobody on this earth perfect, you know what I'm saying, enough to say that they have committed no sin, you know what I'm saying? So let me get that again. This is 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 16. All scripture is given by the inspiration of Yahweh and is profitable for doctrine, for reproof, for correction, for instruction in righteousness. So for correction, man, you know what I'm saying, we correct you when you go off, you know. That's what it's all about. It's all about correction, man. So let me get Proverbs chapter 30, verse 5. The book of Proverbs chapter 30, verse 5. Proverbs chapter 30, verse 5. And it reads, every word of Yahweh is pure. He is a shield unto them that put their trust in him. So pretty much the Most High is protecting you from wickedness if you keep his commandments and if you endure to the end. Because it's all about endurance, man. Endurance is everything. You know what I'm saying? So let me get that again. This is the book of Proverbs chapter 30, verse 5, and it reads, every word of Yahweh is pure. He is a shield unto them that put their trust in him. So we want to put our trust in the Most High because we know that this place Babylon is about to be destroyed, you know what I'm saying? And we're going to have the kingdom because the Most High is going to give us everything that we need, you know what I'm saying? You know? Get the book of Exodus, get a few commandments. Exodus chapter 20 verse 15, and it reads, thou shalt not steal. So that's a commandment given, you know what I'm saying, by the Most High. Thou shalt not steal, you know what I'm saying. That goes into robbing people, you know what I'm saying. You ain't supposed to rob nobody. You ain't supposed to steal, you know what I'm saying. It's saying, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not commit adultery. I read 15, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much lying. And those three sins will get you smoked out here in the streets. You know what I'm saying? Those are the main sins, is getting people smoked. People lying on you and then they're getting you smoked, getting you killed, you know what I'm saying? Or getting you shot at. That's why you got to keep these commandments, man. Because it's a cold world we in. This world is ran by Edomites, and they don't care about you. You so-called Negroes. You Israelites. You so-called Latinos. You Israelites. This is the book of Leviticus chapter 21 verse 5. They shall not make baldness upon their head, neither shall they shave off the corner of their beard, nor make any cuttings in their flesh, man. So you can't cut your facial hair. You can't cut the top of your head. That's considered sin according to the Bible. That's what the Egyptians was doing, you know what I'm saying, back in Egypt. And they was doing that to us, man. Because if you go back and look at them pictures in them tombs, you seen so-called black people, which are the Hebrews, you seen them with no beards, man, and no hair. They was bald head, man. Pretty much the same thing the so-called white man was doing to us here in America, man. When they had us in slavery, they was cutting off our hair. Like giving us straight Mr. Cleans, bald heads, you know what I'm saying? That's what them devils was doing. So let me get this. This is the book of Leviticus chapter 19 verse 28. Leviticus chapter 19 verse 28. Ye shall not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead, nor print any marks upon you. I am the Lord Yahweh. So you're not supposed to print any marks on you. What's that? Tattoos. You know what I'm saying? When it say thou shalt not put any cuttings in that flesh, is because the Africans, they do tribal markings. So that proves that we are not the same people, because when they brought us over here to America on slave ships, we didn't have cuts on us, you know what I'm saying, tribal markings. We were civilized on the west coast of Africa, but them other tribes, which were Africans, they were not civilized. They was drinking blood, you know what I'm saying, eating raw meat, doing all type of stuff, and we did not do that, you know what I'm saying. We was construction workers. We was into alchemy, and you know what I'm saying, to deal with different we was goldsmith, man, painters, all that. You know what I'm saying? Who you think built the west coast of Africa? Who you think built Timbuktu? The Hebrews, man, the Hebrew Israelites, not the Hamites. You know what I'm saying? We did that. That's why the white man came and got us and brought us to America, because he knew that we institutionalized in those type of learnings, in those type of fields. He knew that we were smart. Everything the white man got, he got from our people. All you got to do is go back into history, go into the books, and do your own research, because they not gonna tell you. You know what I'm saying? That's why we here to tell you. There's plenty of books you can get. Babylon to Timbuktu. Everybody has that book. You know, this is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 14, verse let's see, Deuteronomy chapter 14, verse 3. Yeah, that's what I want. And it reads, thou shalt not eat any abominable things. These are the beasts which ye shall eat, the ox, the sheep, and the goat. So this is, I'm not going to go all the way down into the clean foods, but mainly you know that we're not supposed to eat pork. Shrimp, crab, lobster, fish. We cannot eat fish without fins and scales. They have to have fins and scales. No catfish. You know what I'm saying? Just to give you the basics. Because, you know what I'm saying, our people, they eating these foods and it's killing them. They're not healthy. They don't eat enough vegetables. A lot of our people can't even get a bowel movement, you know what I'm saying, because they eat too much food that's not good for them, you know. And the Bible tell you that health is better than wealth, man. You know what I'm saying? This is Leviticus chapter 11, verse 7. See, them Africans, they was unhealthy. The Egyptians, they was dying at 30 years old, man. When you go back into the dynasties of Egypt, they was dying up at 30 years old, look at 35 years old, looking like they 70 years old. You know what I'm saying? See, our people was living long in the Bible because they was eating right and they was taking care of their body, they was taking care of their health. Something that them Hamites didn't do. You know what I'm saying? Moses, he was old when he approached Pharaoh. I think he was like 80 something. He was like 80 something years old or something. I got to get that scripture. This is the book of Leviticus chapter 11 verse 7. And the swine, though he divideth the hoof, and be cloven footed, yet he cheweth not the cud, he is unclean to you. So the swine is pig, man. It's pork. He be cloven footed, you know what I'm saying? Let me get that again. And the swine, though he divideth the hoof and be cloven footed, you know what I'm saying, his little hooves or whatever, yet he cheweth not the cud, he is unclean to you. So his flesh you cannot touch, man. Even his dead carcass you cannot touch, because that's a sin according to the Bible. You know what I'm saying? So I hope this video was edified through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. I want to say power to the Israelites, power to the nation of Israel. And with that, Shalom.